Thank you everyone for coming today. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us on this special day. Baruch College Campus High School is honored and very excited to present our distinguished class of 2026.
Let us all rise to congratulate Baruch College.
Seniors to take a look around the room and recognize the people who love you over your teachers, your school counselors, your administrators, and of course your parents, family, and caregivers. They've guided you on the journey to where you are today. They're going to continue guiding you into your next steps. So before you guys take a seat, I just want you to give them a round of applause.
You should also take a moment to give yourselves a round of applause for the following stats and fun facts. Class of 2026, you are the first graduating class since 1973 to graduate alongside a mixed championship. School year with yonder pouches. We're very proud of you. one of the largest school districts in the United States, where there are 533 high schools and over 1 million students educated every day. I couldn't help myself, I had to add in some math into your graduation ceremony. And now finally, graduates, please take your seats so we can officially commence your commencement.
In a moment, I'm going to introduce the Salutatorian and the Valedictorian. Before we do that, I'm going to have a few more students stand individually to be celebrated today. Just give them a round of applause. We want to ask a few students to stand. So when I call your name, we want you to stand up. We'll clap for you. And you can see who will help the next students. So first of all, many congratulations to our 2026 student-selected Baruchian hero, Isabel Chow. Next, much appreciation and praise for Baruch's esteemed equity leaders, Amanda Montalvo and Peyton Sandler. Help me in congratulating the inaugural recipients of the Jocelyn Garcia Department Minor Award to Ali Chen and Mariana Rodriguez. And then finally, a warm round of applause for the recipients of our annual Bernie Award in recognition of students who embody European values. That was for Shamir Frias Munoz and Susan. I would now like to welcome to the stage our school's academic leaders, those with the highest GPAs in your graduating class. Fair to speak. I have the great fortune to work with both these students. Kima, our salutatorian, is one of the most serious students I've taught in the 13 years that I've worked in New York City classrooms. Her discipline, combined with her curiosity and her capacity for critical thinking, makes her a real force to be reckoned with. And Ryan, our valedictorian, combines his critical intellect with a passion that's really rare. He's passionate, his imagination runs wild and always comes back to academic sincerity and seriousness. He's the sort of student that makes teaching one of the best jobs out there. So thank you both.
Hello everyone, it's so nice to see many new faces this afternoon. Thank you all for coming. Although many of us in this room come from different boroughs, countries, and cultures, we remain united because we are all children or even grandchildren of immigrants. Growing up, my parents always told me that doing well in school was never for their benefit. It was for me. For years, I believed every late night, every exam, and every assignment was something that I just had to do. It wasn't until high school that I realized all the effort I was putting in was an investment for my own future. The most important people in my life, and many of ours in this room, are our parents. Raising kids in a foreign country is not easy. So thank you, Mama, for waking me up every morning, and thank you, Baba, for always supporting me. My parents came here with no support, but through hard work, they built a life full of opportunities for my siblings and I. Samama Baruch. Shukran. A licensed leader for Benedict. Thank you for making me laugh when I needed it the most. As an older sister, I know you guys can always rely on me. But I also want to thank something else, or somewhere else, Baruch High School. My parents gave me many opportunities, but Baruch High School has guided me these last couple of years. It is a special place in all of our hearts, and I can guarantee that for many of us, we have cried, laughed, screamed, and even laughed as always. It is a space where I was given so many resources for my future and where I met friends I want to keep for life. At Baruch, I formed my trifecta. I wouldn't have survived without Hannah and Usaiba. My favorite memories with the girls were 45-minute free periods, where we would sit in the lunchroom and let rock for almost 2.5 hours. I will never forget and will deeply miss our tea lines. We would run back to school, many days in the rain, hoping to make it in time to Mr. Katie's class. I'm so grateful for you girls and very lucky to call you my close friends. Also, a special thanks to everyone who has made my high school journey memorable. You guys know who you are. Lastly, I want to extend the biggest gratitude to all my teachers who pushed me these last couple of years. Being on stage wouldn't have been possible without all the help I received from you guys. And I can't forget about our parent coordinator, Ms. Grove. Thank you for opening your door for me whenever I needed a place to go. If there was one thing I was certain about Baruch, it was that I had all the support I needed from faculty during my time here. As I'm wrapping up, I want to correct something. This wasn't all for me. It was for my parents who sacrificed so much to get me here. It was for my friends, teachers, and classmates who supported me along the way. We're not only putting in hard work for ourselves, but for everyone around us, so keep going. Most importantly, I am honored to lead our class one final time with mine. I have had so much fun these past 4 years because of you guys sitting in this room right now. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you all so much.
For doing such an amazing show that introducing. Okay, so hello all. I want to start off by recognizing the space that we're in, we're being in. It's an honor, it's very nerve-wracking, but exciting opportunity to be speaking where revolutionary individuals have spoken, such as Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. And our presence in the space shows how far we've come as to take on the legacy of the incredible individuals that have been here. You should all be extremely proud of yourselves in being here, class of 2026, in both graduating and in filling this historically significant space. Now I want to give gratitude to the people who have made it possible to be in this position. First, I would like to thank my family for always being there for me and always supporting me at home, for never pushing me too hard, yet always keeping me motivated. My mom, who has been wonderful. My grandparents who have been incredibly supportive and have taught me the hard things I face so often, and my sister, for being a sister. I would also like to thank the faculty who have been amazing, the teachers who felt like a second family for me, always so friendly and understanding, and especially the teachers with whom I have shared the stage with, Ms. Vanowitz, Ms. Killage, Mr. DA, and the others ourselves in these 4 years. In being ourselves and putting ourselves out there, we've already taken the greatest risks of all, and so there should be nothing left to worry about. The rest of our lives then become ours to make, and we must seize the opportunity without fear while remembering what we love. So congratulations, class of 2026. Wherever the future takes you, I only hope you put on a good performance. Thank you.
Get there!
Okay. Just going to be a teacher for 1 second and ask that you didn't silence your cell phones. Please do so. And now what we're going to do, thank you guys, Steve and Brian, for those speeches. Joelle is a native New Yorker who grew up a few blocks from BCCHS. After graduating from Baruch, Joelle attended Columbia University as a Gates Millennium Scholar, and then later he attended Brooklyn Law School. Currently, Joelle is an associate at Greenberg, Florida. Joelle's practice focuses on complex commercial litigation, class actions, legal dispute standards, and government investigations. Please welcome Joelle to the stage.
Good everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Y'all did it. Can we get another round of applause? I just want to say those were wonderful speeches by Eva and Ryan. It's going to be a tough act to follow. I want to start off by thanking Mr. DA, Mr. Rico, and everyone else who was involved with the gracious invitation to speak today with the graduates. I'm humbled by this wonderful honor, and I remember 11 years ago sitting where you all are sitting, full of joy about the future that awaited me in college, while also saddened by the fact that I'd be leaving BCCHS, a place we've all called home at one point. I thought I'd split my speech into two halves. The first half about my personal story, so that it would give me enough credibility to deliver the second half, which are some life lessons that I've learned along the way the past 11 years. And this is advice that I really would have wanted 11 years ago as a Blue Devil myself. My personal story starts with the death of my father when I was 4 years old. My mother raised all 6 of us in a post-9/11 New York and America, a city and country so ravaged by Islamophobia that a Mayor Rondani and Muslim mayor was a thing of pure fiction back then. My family grew up in public housing in a NYCHA development, and we relied on welfare to get by. And so from an early age, I saw how urban poverty could be a death sentence for millions of children in America. Surrounded by rats, pests, and a lack of heat, my class consciousness grew at a very young age. My mother, a woman who never had access to formal education, could only tell me the advice of Horace Mann, 19th century American education reformer. She channeled him and said, "Education is the great equalizer in America." And I took that advice to heart. Baruch played a pivotal role in helping me actualize my mother's advice. I spent hours reading the Odyssey, Dante's Inferno, Beloved. I relished our history classes, everything from learning about the River Valley civilizations to decolonization to how the Chinese Politburo works and AP comparative government. As many of the teachers in the audience know, I was notoriously bad at math. I'm still bad at math. But I still presented at Baruch's math conference, BCSM, which I don't know if it still exists, for 4 years straight. And so Baruch really offered the perfect academic setting for me to think about the human condition and the issues plaguing our world at such a young age. Beyond immersing myself in academics, I tried my best to be a vibrant participant in the extracurricular life at Baruch. As my 2015 classmates and many of the teachers and admin here know, I wore perhaps too many hats at the same time. I was student body president, NHS vice president, Model UN president, editor-in-chief of the 411 Press, and the list sort of goes on. I genuinely enjoyed being at Baruch and participating in the activities here. And some of my fondest memories are actually with Mr. Rico, Ms. Phillips, Mr. Sparrow, Mr. Norrock, Mr. Records, Ms. Ross, just sitting after school and chatting about literature, current events, lofty ideals like equality and justice and what they meant. I was in high school, but it was still wonderful that I had teachers to go to after school and just talk about these things. And so after bidding farewell to my friends at Baruch in 2015, I started college at Columbia University as a Gates Millennium Scholar. I had a full ride from Bill Gates, and so I was determined to make the best of an Ivy League education. However, Columbia had other plans for me. From the minute I stepped on campus, the imposter syndrome sort of swallowed me. Here I was, first generation, low-income Bangladeshi American at an Ivy League with sons of world leaders and daughters of Hollywood stars. Columbia was a much, much larger pond than Baruch. And so I realized that, the pond had gotten larger, and so I had to adapt like a fish. I leaned deeply on my Baruch education, all that close reading of texts we had done at Baruch, the years of writing countless essays for Mr. Rico's class, Mr. Ross's class. I sort of pulled into my history and sort of brought that out, and I was able to have a great time at Columbia. Much like Baruch, I was very involved at Columbia's extracurricular life. Columbia gave me, a working class student of color, the opportunity to study with some world-class faculty, to study abroad in London for 6 months, meet leaders like Bill Clinton, have conversations with the late Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg. And so at the end of my college journey, my confidence had grown immensely from, when I had entered Columbia. I eventually graduated with a degree in political science and human rights. And during my graduation, I kept, these words from W.E.B. Du Bois kept ringing in my ears. Whereas I was very grateful in the beginning to attend Columbia, all I could really remember when I was leaving was the honor I attributed was Columbia's. And so after Columbia, I headed to a big law firm named Skadden in Manhattan. I had to work to provide for my family, a reality for many of us. But I also wanted to understand what do lawyers do on the day-to-day. We see them on TV, but that's only for 30 minutes or an hour. And so, I started working at the firm as a paralegal, and I really loved litigation, so I thought I'd head to Brooklyn Law School. Law school really deepened my love for learning again. I enjoyed learning about how contracts are formed, the protections we have against unreasonable government searches and seizures, how to advise startup companies. I made some of my closest friends at Brooklyn Law School, and even there, I was an active member of the community, just like I was at Baruch in Columbia. And like Mr. Diaz said, since graduating, I've been practicing law at Valedictorian, one of the largest law firms in the world. I'm a litigator who represents Fortune 500 companies in complex commercial litigation, deal disputes, government investigations. In a nutshell, I advocate for my clients inside and outside the courtroom when they have disputes. And if you had told me 11 years ago, as a Blue Devil sitting in the audience, that I would be a big law litigator, I honestly wouldn't have believed me. Not because myself and my graduating class wasn't smart enough, but because opportunity isn't distributed equally in our society. From a young age, I've had to deal with this imbalance. Even today, many of my colleagues, similar to my classmates at Columbia and law school, come from immense privilege. Every day I sit with colleagues and across from opposing counsel for whom the law was common dinner table conversation. Nevertheless, this imbalance inspires me. It pushes me harder knowing that even with my own personal story of urban poverty, the loss of a father at a young age, and having to grow up twice as quickly as my peers, I'm still occupying the same seats as those who've had much, much more than us. Indeed, my mother was right, and education was the great equalizer. Now that you've heard the personal story of a fellow Blue Devil, I hope you're excited for what the future holds. As you step into a life beyond BCCHS, I'd like to give you some advice I wish I had 11 years ago. First, remember to exercise self-love. No one will ever love you as much as yourself. You need to extend yourself grace and realize that you are enough. That you are an incredible, smart, and wholesome human being that deserves to be loved. Be kind to yourself in the midst of a chaotic world. Be the calmness that will allow you to conquer the world. Secondly, have an abundance mindset. As Americans, we're conditioned into a scarcity mindset by our own history and capitalism. Remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi: the earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Remember to work together with your friends and extend resources, opportunities, and networks. There is indeed enough for everyone. Third, remember the value of community. In today's world, everyone wants a village, but no one wants to be a villager. You should be a villager. Show up for people in their good days and bad days, and remember that you can't do it all alone. These past 4 years at Baruch wouldn't have been possible without each of you showing up for one another, and your families and teachers supporting you along the way. True wealth in life is a good community of people, and in my darkest days, it hasn't been the institutions or credentials who have comforted me, but it's rather the community of friends and families beside me. Try to cultivate that as you enter college and beyond. Lastly, remember the value of consistency. You see, 11 years ago, I couldn't dream of half the things that I get to do today. Whether it's helping my mother pay her bills, to vacationing with my family, or speaking in a courtroom. But consistency was the key. And that's the secret formula to success. We used to have a physical education teacher here at Baruch. Many of you probably don't remember Mr. Soskine. And he always used to tell me, luck is when opportunity meets hard work. So remember to work hard. That way, when opportunity comes knocking, you'll be ready, and everyone else around you will just follow along. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2026. What a year to graduate, the year of the Knicks championship, Knicks in 5. And the FIFA World Cup. Much love to the Baruch community. You know where to find me. Thank you, and congratulations once more.
Thank you, Joelle. We're so glad you were able to make it here to speak to our graduates today as they embark on their journey now and hopefully find them the same success you found for yourself. We would now like to welcome up to the stage the members of the Senior Video Committee. These videos help center the celebration and the voices and personalities of our graduates. We're so excited to watch. Please welcome Rita, Sandis, Amaya, Julian, Tiana, and Nicolette to the stage.
Before we start, let's take a selfie. Wow, we made it. This day has felt like a long time coming, but looking back, it seems like it was the past in just a blink of an eye, just like the photo we just took. The video showed us that time moves faster than we ever expected. Take a look around the room and see the people you've known for the last 4 years. The classmates who started this journey with us and now have grown into high school graduates. Just 4 years ago, we were timid freshmen who couldn't wait to join new clubs, make new friends, and figure out where we belong in this world. Together, we've been through so much. Changes in advisories, new school policies, late night cram sessions, and unforgettable moments filled with laughter. As we leave this chapter behind and move beyond Baruch, we carry the lessons with us that we have learned, the friendships that we have built, and the memories we have made.
Basically, all I'm going to say is editing and filming has been a big part of my daily life for as long as I remember. My day honestly doesn't feel complete until I put down some clips in CapCut and put them together to make a little mini action movie. Basically, every time I go out. I know that living the moment is very important, but it doesn't really hurt to capture little moments and see memories and enjoy them. Memories you enjoy so you can always look back on them. That's what we try to do in this video. It's honestly the one thing I didn't use ChatGPT's help for, so I really hope you enjoyed and be able to reflect on these memories and come back in 10 years and rewatch this video and see how much you've grown. Thank you so much, Class of 2076, for making these past 4 years so memorable for all of us. And thank you, Hedrick, for being there for me through all the crash ups about this video.
Hi, graduates. I was an editor alongside Sundance, and we honestly just wanted to make a video embracing our memories and looking back on the memory like, thanks. We simply wanted to capture the essence that Class of 2026 made, and I like to think of this as a reminder that when you turn those castles and leave Cooper Union today, don't be a stranger to the people that sit inside of you. Be sure to stay in touch, show up for one another, and make new memories. Though the memories in the video are fixed in place, lives or not, so be sure to have fun. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as you enjoyed making it. And of course,
congratulations, class!
Walking backward through a parade, and I'm so I don't mind letting you down easy, but just give it time.
Nowhere.
If you don't have now, just wait a while. Another big fish in the pond, no more. You were what they're feeding on. So what are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you? So what are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you? Ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it good?
horseback riding?
Ain't it fun?
Yeah.
The best part of the class of 2026 is that no matter how many different friend groups, duos, or trios there are, there's always a sense of community and belonging wherever you go.
Us hanging out in the bathroom, always taking TikTok videos, sophomore, freshman year. Definitely gonna miss that. What do you think, guys? I'm gonna miss that.
I would say my favorite memory of high school was creating a bond on the basketball team. We got so comfortable with each other, and we really found friendship that we didn't expect to. And just in general, this past year of high school, we have all become friends with so many new people that we didn't expect to.
Something that I will always cherish about the class of 2026 is their creative leadership. The different ways that members of your class showed up to take the lead on initiatives or advocate for each other or make changes in our building was really impressive.
Seeing you all develop passions and figure out who you are over these past few years, seeing you get involved in the Baruch community, outside the community, and seeing your confidence grow.
In 10 years.
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 In 10 years. So I see myself being a pediatric nurse in 10 years.
I'm going to work in a good job in New York and having a good life.
I'm going to work on Wall Street.
Okay, hopefully in 10 years I'll be a journalist working at the New York Times and probably bailing Veronica out of jail.
I see myself healthy, happy with my family and friends, hopefully traveling, hopefully working, and doing my own thing.
Hi, Vogue. This is Megan.
This is Camila.
And in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
I would like to be a corporate lawyer, perhaps working in fashion and working abroad. How about you, Megan? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Well, in 10 years, I see myself really successful, lots of money. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, but it's going to have to do with math. I just see myself being financially, free.
Hopefully flying a plane. Woo, hire me.
Drink you spilled all over me. Lovers spit left on repeat. My mom and dad let me stay home. It drives you crazy getting old. We can talk it so good, we can make it so divine. We can talk it good, how you wish it would be all the time. The drink you spill all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. Mom and dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting old. The drink you spill all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. Mom and dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting old. This dream isn't feeling sweet. We're reeling through the midnight street.
I hate that I have to follow that. Let's give those seniors another round of applause. Thank you again to the seniors who put together this incredible video. It is always so fun to see how the seniors capture their high school experience through film. I'd like to take the time to introduce two people who bring consistent thoughtfulness and genuine warmth into every corner of our school community. Whether they are supporting students, collaborating with staff, or stepping in to help solve problems big and small, they are always present and always willing to do whatever is needed to make our school run smoothly. Their impact is felt in the positive, safe, and welcoming environment we are so fortunate to have here. Much of what makes this school feel like home is a reflection of their care, attention, and commitment to every person in it. It is truly a privilege to work alongside them and have deep respect for them, not only as educators and administrators, but as leaders who set the tone for what a school community should be. Please join me in welcoming our assistant principals, Diana Dorigo and Douglas Kaiser.
Hi everyone, good afternoon to our Baruch graduates, and hello to our families, dedicated staff, esteemed guests, and everyone here at Celebrate today. As we know, Mr. Kaiser and I serve as your co-assistant principals, but before that, we were co-teaching partners of global literature, and today we're your co-commencement speakers. And we have some good news, we're your final speakers of the day. But before we hand those diplomas out, we do have some important words to share.
Welcome and thank you, Mr. Rico, for your introduction. Ms. Perez Katz is unable to join us today. I know how proud she is of all of you, and I would like to take a moment to read a statement on her behalf. Dear class of 2026 and families, I am sorry I couldn't be here today to mark this momentous occasion in your lives. Graduation is the proudest moment for all of us, and I am honored to serve as your principal. The graduation ceremony from Baruch is an important day as it marks your achievements, both as scholars and as young adults. I welcomed you into the doors of Baruch at 55 East 25th Street as young adolescents, and today you are getting ready to exit those doors as young adults. You have grown academically, stretching yourselves as learners and as people, learning about each other, embracing differences, listening to one another, and making space for growth and connection. Having served as the principal at Baruch for the past 23 years, I have not missed graduation. So I want you to know I would not miss yours lightly. I shared at rehearsal and wanted to let you know I am only missing today, as like your parents and families, I too am the mom of a high school senior. Today, my daughter Kaya graduates from LaGuardia High School at the exact same time. So I will be crying in the audience with another school, but please know I am also thinking of all of you. As you know, Mr. Rico, Mr. Kaiser, and I work as a team, and I am confident they will do an amazing job of officially graduating you today. I will see you at your diploma pickup and whenever you come back to visit. Thank you and your families for helping you in your journey, and congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Ms. Katz and Mr. Kaiser. Now, commencement speakers are supposed to give advice, but we want to keep today about you as much as possible. So, Mr. Kaiser and I did some homework together. We combed through your senior yearbook quote submissions to find some pearls of wisdom. And today we're going to share your chosen words right back at you. Okay, let's start with a delicious but unusual mantra. Quote, wake up, matcha, 30% sugar, oat milk, less ice, thank you. This gem quote highlights the importance of knowing what you want in life. Remember to customize and vocalize your vision of life, whether it be a caffeinated beverage with hyper-specific sweetness levels, an ideal course load for your next term, or a revolutionary solution to a social dilemma.
Quote, life is a movie. Pick your own role, climb your own ladder, or you dig your own hole. Sometimes your dreams have a path to reality all of a sudden, right before your eyes, and if you blink, you might miss the chance. So, quote, carpe diem, or seize the day. I, for one, and most adults I know, live with a few what ifs. What if I turned right? What if I took that job? What if I said yes to that challenge? Take those challenges. Take those chances. They may make your dreams reality.
Precisely, Kaiser. Quote, band scored 83. Anything is possible. Shout out. It sounds cliche, but it's a rich and powerful truth. Anything is possible. And with all due respect to Adebayo, it's New York or nowhere every day, all day. So how about those things? Whether you're reflecting on their incredible comeback capacity or Brunson's performance in that final scene, recent basketball history reinforces one major thing: the absolute need for big, bold dreams, and the even greater need to keep hope alive when doubt looms larger than life. I truly believe that our daily warm-ups and drills feel less like work and more like a calling when we move with purpose, alongside a great team, and when our hearts are aligned with our minds. And why? Well, as another scene here, quote, to be all in, you gotta be all in. That's just facts right there. Eye on the prize, head in the game. One doesn't make it to the court of opportunity without steady commitment, and we've already heard that tonight. Right now, with a graduation cap atop your lovely head and a Baruch Diploma headed towards your competent hands, consider what it looks like for you to be ballin'. What's the success that you seek? Lock in and always be your own champion.
Cool. If you think about it, it was over in no time, and that's life. The hard work that is needed to achieve any ambition, once you meet that shot, achieve that goal, is water under the bridge. No longer bother or burden, but a badge of honor and a tender memory because, quote, sometimes you'll never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And how precious are those memories? They are seasoned with time in our mind. They garnish a story you tell friends, family, loved ones. They are always 1,000% better than a photo you posted for social media.
Quote, the world is not beautiful, therefore it is. I love the oxymoronic nature of this one. Every senior and audience member sitting before us knows of the world's ugly, has had experience of harsh realities. The ugly is appalling and loud, but the pain of life is neither permanent nor omnipotent. And the beauty, well, there's beauty all around the blemishes. I'm always looking for beauty close by, and more often than not, I find it in an exchange with one of you, in an authentic human connection, in something one of you has said, or written, created, or accomplished. Share your beauty, and remember, as another senior quoted, "All flowers in time bend towards the sun." So give the things the time that they need to blossom. Lean into what's good. Bend towards what inspires. Let the ugly transform into beauty, and find the warmth in people and opportunities that cultivate the energy, respect, and love you deserve.
Marcy said, "It is easy to laugh, it is easy to hate, it takes strength to be gentle and kind. Don't take the easy and hateful path. We all face adversity time and time again. Such is life, as my father always told me. It is how we respond to adversity that defines our character. So let me repeat, bend towards the sun. Be strong, be kind, be generous, and be honest. Bend towards the sun, and she will light your path."
So far, we have touched on a lot of good advice. Following your dreams, seizing the day, and valuing beauty and kindness. But I want to insert a bit of gear shift here with one last legendary senior quote that reads, "I really just be dilly-dallying for right now." Not only is this quote a whole vibe, but it contrasts starkly with the hustle that we know is afflicted against. Real life requires placing responsibility above playful desire. But this whimsical quote comes with a really vital reminder. Amidst the grind, you must make time for yourself. Maybe you'll be like me and have to schedule breaks into your calendar for them to happen. Or maybe doubling comes more naturally. Either way, lock in when it's time to play the game, but never forget to pause, step back, and enjoy some good old-fashioned dilly-dallying. And now for a quote of my choice, one that I believe deeply in. And Alice Walker said, "Thank you is the best prayer that anyone can say." Thank you is the best prayer that anyone can say. So let's close this co-curated commencement speak with some well-earned gratitude.
High school graduation for the class of 2026. Let us take a few moments to remember how you got here. I'd like to start with the recognition of your talented teachers: English, social studies, math, science, physical education, art, health, Spanish, many here with us today. And thank you to your advisors, guidance counselors, coaches, and support staff, many of them also here today. Let's give a round of applause to the Baruch educators and staff. And in your own course, remember those teachers in middle school, elementary school, or outside of the classroom, in the cafeteria, on the sporting field, in the hallway, along your commute, in your community, where life happened and someone there cared about what you understood about this world and invested a moment to that end.
Take this last moment to recognize and honor your parents, guardians, sisters, brothers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and other family members who may or may not be in this great, beautiful hall this afternoon, or maybe even in this world any longer. Those whose place in your corner helped you get to this moment in time, whose love and care allowed you to believe in yourself and the vast promise of your futures. We're all so proud of you.
Students, that you did this. You are high school graduates. Give yourselves credit. Thank yourselves for the investment you made in your futures. And now, we get to celebrate the fruit of your success and get those diplomas. To begin the official diploma ceremony.
It's about to be party time. Okay. pronunciations. Family and friends, I definitely dare not tell you to stay quiet. This is the most celebratory of occasions. But we do ask that you keep your applause brief after your graduates' names so that the next name can be heard clearly for that family. Graduates, please wait for your group to be called to rise and approach the stage. Ms. Benowitz, Ms. Village, Ms. Whitfield, and Ms. Schaefer are going to be assisting groups to the stage. Mr. D.A., Mr. Kaiser, and Ms. who will be here to shake your hands and hand you your diploma. So we're going to get the commencement party started. Rows 1 through 5, please rise and approach the stage for your diploma. Will rows 6 through 8 approach the stage? Ethan Cohen. Nasir Colon. Julia Cordero.
Assembly. Shamir Frias Munoz. Brianna White. Sebastian Regina. Isaiah Juan Martinez. Tina Wu. Ryan Shaw. Jadalia Yapo. Benjamin Yasko. Kayla Young. Yanaki Young. Elizabeth Young. Kevin Zamora. Lin Jing Zhang. And the ever patient Eden Zhang. Congratulations to Baruch Campus High School's class of 2026. This is probably my 24th graduation, and the energy in the room during that diploma ceremony was unmatched. That was absolutely beautiful. I want to thank a lot of people in the room for making today possible, and as Joelle so beautifully said, for being the villagers that people need. So thank you to today's gracious speakers, Eva, Ryan, Joelle, all of the film creators that came on up here. An extra special thank you to Mr. Dan Angus, Ms. Kelly Shano, and Ms. Amanda Edwards for their really generous leadership. They've made the ceremony a seamless, memorable, and joyful one. Thank you to all the educators, family, and friends for their hard work leading up to today. And thank you to our graduation ceremony leaders for their meticulous planning and hard work. A few more things.
Let's see. Oh yes. A final assignment for the graduates. And the very last one we will give. Make sure to come to school tomorrow for the last time between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Oh, there's a typo. Sorry. Make sure to come to school Friday. I was reading carefully. Make sure to come to school Friday for the last time between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. with your diploma case to receive your actual diploma. See the email from your counselors for more info on that process. Families of graduates, we ask that you please wait until our seniors exit the auditorium to follow the crowd outside, where everyone gathers to take lots and lots of quality photos. Seniors, you will be exiting following your line leaders once again. Ben and Jediah will kindly lead the way with the last rows exiting first. Thank you, everyone, for being a wonderful audience for our graduates. Congrats, class of 2026. And Ms. Dorico, will you do the honors of officially graduating the seniors for us?
I'd love to. I've never done this part, but I've seen it done a lot. So let's do it. It's time for the traditional tassel clip. So graduates, first please stand. Ensure that your tassels are currently on the right side of your caps. We looked it up. Okay. So in a moment, I'm going to do a backward countdown. We're going to move your tassels from right to left. after which you will officially be a Baruch High School graduate. So taking your tassel from right to left on 3, 2, 1, flip those tassels.